Hello, my name is Destiny, and I'm approaching the brand Cordera for a Fall 2026 collection. Here is a link to their brand statement. So Cordera was started by two sisters, Maria and Monica. They are fully based out of Spain, and they work with local artisans and local factories to produce all their pieces. They're super involved in the process, and they're really big on making sure everything is ethical and sustainable. I really appreciate that they work to preserve craftsmanship, so embroidery, hand stitching, and stuff like that, and beading. I personally discovered the brand because I was looking for a pair of trousers, so I found them through a website called Garmentory. The first thing I noticed, aside from their trousers, was their sweaters. All of the shapes of their pieces seem to be kind of relaxed and free-flowing, but they also have really strong lines. A lot of their pieces lean more avant-garde, and they disregard the shape of the body, so you kind of see the piece before you see the shape of the body. They mainly work with cellulosic or protein fibers, but occasionally they will use a blend with a synthetic fiber, but it will be majority natural fiber in the blend. They also mainly use neutral colors, but you'll also see a pop of color or a print occasionally. So here's some of the inspiration I took lightly from. So there is these Bermuda shorts with buttons along the waist and the pocket, and then this vest from Miu Miu. Then there's this silk pullover that's see-through from Chanel, and then a silk gown from Pucci. Here's this color scheme I'm going to be working with. So I have this royal blue color, a bright cherry red. This is meant to be a light lavender, almost grayish, opaque color with shine to it. And this is a blue indigo. Here's my first piece. I decided to go with 100% cotton knit jersey. I believe this swatch is 74 is made a synthetic blend. But I chose cotton for the comfort and the absorbency. And I wanted this piece to be free flowing, kind of a notch down from a silk dress. I wanted it to be more wearable and something you could dress up or down. So I added these drawstrings so you can kind of play with the neckline, and then the seam in the middle makes it so the waist is kind of cinched in, but that it's still pretty flowing for the rest of the waist down. The knit jersey has good elongation and most importantly movement. I just wanted this dress to have a lot of movement and flow to it. Next I have this tunic. This is a cross between a tunic and a dress. It's also a pullover and it has a hoodie and drawstring, but this is a silk organza material. It has a nylon blend, a trilobal nylon, so that way it could have sparkle. It has high luster, soft hand. It also has lengthwise flexibility and stretch, and it's not going to unravel easily. I also added some embroidery from black glass seed beads so that it could have extra light refraction. Next I have this peplum trouser. This is made from sateen. So the high warp count is going to make these trousers really strong and durable, but they also have this really playful peplum at the bottom. So there's lots of movement, and they are very high in luster. Next, I have a gabardine vest made entirely of cellulosic fiber. I chose to use this more heavyweight gabardine because it is used in workwear and trousers sometimes, and I wanted this vest to have a lot of structure in comparison to some of the other more flowy pieces in the collection. This is going to have high abrasion resistance and resistance to pilling, and this is going to last a long time. Lastly, I have a jacquard jersey sweater vest. So this is a paneled sweater that has polka dots. This swatch is a jacquard jersey, but I wanted to make a modification of adding extra weft yarns where they're along the shape of the polka dot. So the polka dot isn't created by a color alternation. It's instead created by the extra weft yarns to make a raised area. This sweater is going to have lots of stretch, and you can layer it over a long sleeve and use it over and over. It's not going to wrinkle easily. And that is the last piece in the collection. So I hope that these pieces align with the values of the brand, and I will be sure to keep sustainability in mind by creating these pieces in small batches and making sure to develop a relationship with local artisans for the embroidery, and to be super involved in the production process, which means visiting the factories and making sure everybody's getting paid well. Thank you.